Hello, in this tutorial what we want to do is to display a dotted line between the point 0 to the point 1. Let's see the result. Let's take a look to the Explorer. In the workspace what we have is a folder named Lab. Inside this folder we have another folder named Indicators with a small box part. This is the part that's going to be displayed between the two parts and the part 0 and the part 1. There are simple parts, nothing fancy, nothing else. The other thing that we have is this script that we're gonna see. So let's write the script from the scratch. Let's make a double click. Let's place the script like this. These are the steps that we need to perform with this script. We need to get all the elements from the workspace. That means the part 0 and the part 1 and the small box. In order to do that, we need to wait 3 seconds so we can ensure the elements are already loaded in the workspace. After doing that, we're gonna have to take from the workspace the point 0 and the point 1 and the small indicator using the workspace service. After doing that, we need to use the pathfinding service to create a path between the point 0 and the point 1. Once created the path, we need to take the waypoints and we need to loop through them and display indicators in each of these points. Okay, the first thing we're gonna wait is 3 seconds. Now we're gonna use the workspace service using the object game. And with this service, we can take this folder lab. We are telling, hey, find the sphere child, name lab. So it's gonna go to the workspace and find this folder. Having the lab folder, we can use the method find first child to get the P0 part. And we can do the same to get the P1. To get the small box, we're gonna do similar. What we're gonna do is we're gonna get first of all the folder named indicators, and then we have to take the small box inside that folder. Now we get the pathfinding service using the get service of the object game. We're gonna create a path using this service. We're gonna use the method compute_async, and we need to pass for each of the part we need the positions. So we're gonna pass the original position and the end position. And then we're gonna get the waypoints using the method get waypoints from the created path. We have here all the waypoints. We're gonna use this for to look through all of them. Then what we're gonna do is we're gonna use the small box to clone, and we're gonna save it in this barrel. This is optional, but it's good to do because we can have different names for each of the clones. What we are doing is we are setting the name of the cloned with the small box, and we're going to add an index so we can see a different name for each of the cloned box. Now, in order to put this cloned box in the workspace, we need to parent to set a parent that we can use any of the elements of the workspace. I'm using the indicators folder as a parent. The last step here is to place the cloned object in the position of the waypoint. So this is why we're using here the waypoint, and we're taking the position of the waypoint so we can define it where we have to put these cloned objects. The last step is to add a weight so we can see when each of the cloned objects are created. Okay, so let's take a look. Okay, we have seen all the elements created. There are some stuff that we need to improve, but for now we're going pretty good. If we see here, in the folder, let's take a look to this folder. Lab and indicators, we're seeing here all of the cloned objects. We have the small, this is the original small box. You can see he's highlighted. Then we have the small one, the small box one here. And now you can see all of the created. So this is this part of the code. Let's make some improvements. We want to remove the can collide property from the P0 and the P1. We're gonna put the transparency of the 0.5 and we're gonna set the anchor to true. We're gonna do the same but for the part 1. And let's see the result. Let's take a look here. Now we have more transparent this element and the last one. And now the created box is inside, so it's not colliding. To make the small box totally transparent, so we're gonna do something really similar. Basically, is to set that property to 1. But if we do that, every clone is gonna be transparent too. So we need to set the transparency to 0 for each of the clones. Let's take a look to the result. Okay, now we have the small box is transparent, so we cannot see it. And then we have all of the boxes created. We can do other stuff like remove the collision of this. Okay, so let's remove the collision from the created small boxes. Can collide to false. And the other thing that we can do is to set the color for this small box. We can do this in the properties. We can do this by color in the property. Let's use the properties. We can go here and in the color we can change this one. Let's set this one. Okay. Now this is a different color. Let's take a look to the results. They're all falling because I forgot to anchor. So let's make them anchored. It's pretty similar. I'm gonna do true. Okay, so they are created. And this is the result. This is the final result of this tutorial. I hope you have learned. I'm gonna put the script in the description, and if you have any question, please let me know in the comments. Bye bye.